Oh, good morning. It's silly o'clock and it's only 20 Fahrenheit outside, but I've got a long way to go. I'm gonna try and get somewhere for sunrise this morning, and it's about a 2-hour walk. So sunrise is at 7:30, so I've got to get a crack on and see if I can head up the trail and get there in time. So we'll see in a bit. That's me, made it to the up to the ridge here. Shouldn't be too much further now. So I guess you want to know where I am. Right down there, you probably can't see it right now, but that's Fontana Dam. And I've been coming up the Appalachian Trail from Fontana Dam, and my destination this morning is Shookstack Fire Tower. Now, after this ridge here, I leave the Appalachian Trail and just it shouldn't be very far from there. But you can probably hear it's quite windy. It's certainly cold. My face and everything is numb. I can hardly get these words out. But I've made it up here. It's about 3.5 miles, and first part obviously in the dark. And I think sunrise should be in about 20-25 minutes. So I'm going to push on up to the tower, and if it's safe enough, go up and have a look at the sunrise. Well, very quickly before the battery runs out here, I did make it up to the fire tower in time for sunrise. That's the tower behind me there. But it was way too windy up the top, and I don't have too much head for heights anyway, so I didn't go very far. And that's pretty much where it ended there. The batteries did run out, but in addition to that, once I changed out the battery in the video camera, the actual camera itself ceased to function. But it was bitterly cold, and in fact this is 2 weeks on and I've still got a little bit of sensitivity in the end of some of my fingers. I think I might have picked up a little bit of frostbite there. But pretty much I was finished with taking photographs by that time anyway. The sun had been up for quite a while and the light was getting quite harsh. So
I headed back down the mountain, and I was quite happy to do so. It was definitely breakfast time. So today I just wanted to go through some of the pictures that I took on that morning, just to do a little bit of a review there. And this actually is the first one there. It's the panorama that I took shortly before sunrise. And I think that it's exactly what I was looking to do. But basically, we have a bit of a problem down here with all this brush. And the main reason for that is that I wasn't able to go up higher on the actual tower. The wind was blowing such that the man-made structure was shaking, and so the higher up I went, the worse it was, and I didn't have, as I say, too much of a head for heights. So with that shakiness, I stayed lower down, and all of this brush was in the road. So I think on another day I would have definitely gone higher. In addition to that, I needed to bump the ISO up on the actual, and when I was taking the pictures, in fact most of these were done at 1600, and that has introduced a little bit of graininess down the bottom here. But overall I like the effect of the image. The color in the morning was really nice, especially pre-dawn, and I like the ridges going off here with the leading line of the lake leading up to the sunrise in the morning. So as I say, a great place for a sunrise, just not on that particular morning. This is the second image, and this is taken just after sunrise, so the sun would be off to the right here, and you can see some of the effect of it hitting the top of this peak here. But a lot of the light was not getting down into this area here, and I would have definitely loved a bit more light up on the peaks here, just to brighten up that area and cast a bit more light down. But what I have noticed is that there's an awful lot of different blues and magentas and burgundies, and I originally thought that might be an issue with the polarizer that I was using at the time, but I've since come to understand that it's actually a typical phenomena in this area at that time of day. So as I say, I like the painterly effect of it, and just needed a little bit more light on this one. And this, the third image, this is actually probably my favorite image of the morning. Again, I took it with the sun up here in the top, and in fact if I go back to the previous panorama, if you actually see in this section here, just this sort of area here, this is the area that I picked out and zoomed in on, and it's got that lovely typical effect that the Smoky Mountains are famous for, where the ridges, as they fade off into the distance, create this lovely effect. Again, we've got the sunbeams coming down here, but the other thing I really like about this image is these ridge lines here in the foreground. You have the snow from the little snowstorm the day before down on the ground of the ridge, but actually the treetops have all had the snow blown off them, and what this has done is caused a darker sort of line to be produced, and we have one here, we have one here, and we have one coming down across the top of here, and I love that effect. It really helps to draw your eye into the ridge lines. So yes, I think this is my favorite image of that morning. So overall, I think definitely a beautiful place, definitely a place I'd like to go back to. Shukstack Fire Tower is it's something that you have to have a head for heights to go up on top, and definitely not a windy day in order to not have that vibration, but a place that I'll go back to. I think I'll leave it there for today, but I want to thank you again. Thanks for joining me on this little adventure. I do appreciate you doing that, and if you do like the content of these videos, make sure that you subscribe down below, or give me a thumbs up or comment, something like that. I read all the comments, so it'd be wonderful to hear from you. As for now, I say goodbye, and we'll see you on the next adventure.
you.